Look, I know it's the second one he's done, but I still can't help but giggle when director Mark Webb's name comes up on the screen in the credits. I mean, his last name is Webb, and he's directing the Spider-Man movies. Seriously, that never gets old. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the second film in the oh-so-soon reboot of the Spider-Man franchise. Once again, Andrew Garfield dons the mechanical web shooters, Emma Stone is back as his gal Gwen Stacy, and Sally Field as his Aunt May. The movie also introduces us to Jamie Foxx's take on Electro, and Dane DeHaan, who you may remember from the movie Chronicle, debuts as Peter's old friend Harry Osborn. And once again, our web-slinger is forced to overcome great evil to protect both his city and the people he loves. But can this follow-up put a little more oomph in the story than the first one did while still maintaining the fun? Sure can. And much of that has to do with this incredible cast. Garfield and Stone are once again amazing and lead an incredible group of performances. Their scenes together on screen are so good, and the chemistry of that relationship is so palpable, you just can't help but buy in. Not to mention the humor. There's this understated charisma to Peter Parker's charm that Garfield once again nails. And let's talk about Sally Field, who puts on an acting clinic in this movie, including one scene that just about destroyed me between her and Peter. When these characters have these moments to allow development and build these relationships, it gives this movie a depth that the first one was really lacking, and it allows for some true emotion to come across. In fact, I'd call those emotional beats the best thing about Spidey 2, as there were at least 3 different times I found myself tearing up. That is, if I were the kind of guy who cries at movies, which I am. I also loved the way music was used in this and found much of the action to be as inventive and fun as the first. Side question though, are Spider-Man's smart aleck comments his version of Batman voice? I mean, I enjoyed the humor in some of them, but they almost seem a little distracting at this point, especially when there's so much on the line. Yes, I know that's part of the Spider-Man personality, but I'm kinda on the fence about it. You know what though? Maybe it's just the tonal shift. Either these action sequences should be handled with a legitimate seriousness or a pulpy panache. It's hard to have it both ways. It's as if Webb wants his Nolan mixed with a little Raimi, and the DNA just doesn't quite splice right. That cheesy factor rears its head and undercuts some of the well-earned depth. Those convenient and cheesy moments aren't there quite as much as the first movie, but they still show up now and again. But the worst thing for me? The villains. First, there's too many of them, and they each need some sort of origin story and background. It makes their introductions feel rushed and can even get a bit confusing. Second, Electro just flat out doesn't work for me. I didn't buy his origin, I didn't buy his powers, I never fully understood his weaknesses, and I actually thought Jamie Foxx played him way too broadly. Not to mention his storyline is oddly reminiscent of Syndrome from The Incredibles, and as large of a part as he plays in the film, it really drained quite a bit of power from the story. Pun fully intended. At the end of the day, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a decent summer flick. The fun action mixed with incredible performances brought a much-needed depth and heart that was missing from the first. With just a little bit more focus on tone consistency and the character of Electro, I might have swung it higher than a B. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, I want to throw some stuff up over here you can click on. If you want to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. Want to see more? Well, too bad. It was just Spidey this weekend. But you can check out my Summer 7. If I could only see 7 movies this summer, these are the 7 I'm most excited about. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the brand new YourMovieFriend.com, where you can search by title for reviews. And finally, this review's best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best Sally Field movie ever? Certainly some good ones here. Mine is more recent than you might think and features a crazy good performance, with the emphasis on the word crazy. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get that point. Thanks, and please subscribe.